Hello YouTube and welcome to a new video. So today I am doing story time. Now this is on top of Minecraft, just hide and seek. Put in the comments below if you want me to do an hour of block hunt on Mineplex, and I'll see what I can do because I've got a footage about an hour and a half long and I can edit that. This is off the footage, but anyway, let's get into story time. So today's story time, I'm going to be talking about when I was kidnapped, apparently. So when I was little, this was when I lived in Sydney. So my parents, they owned a furniture shop, and I'm not too sure what my dad was doing, but my mum was working, and my parents had owned like not exactly a babysitter, but like a granny sort of thing that you could hire, and we got one. So, and I was only like a baby then, but my mum would keep me like in a crib at the workshop, and apparently one day the granny asked my mum if she could take me for a walk, and my mum said no, and to keep me at the workshop. And then eventually the granny disobeyed my mum and put me into a little pram and took off without my mum knowing. So I think it was like, 5 minutes later, my mum realised that I wasn't there anymore. So she went into the back where my crib would be, and I wasn't there, so she started stressing out. And she called my dad. And so eventually they called the police. Annoyingly as heck, the police did nothing about it. They kind of just left me. Not really left me, no, they came to my mum and stayed with her. And I think my mum went home, so the police went to my house, and I don't know if they were looking or anything, but they kept telling my mum it was okay. And at this time, my dad wasn't at the workshop. He was, don't even know what he was doing, but he wasn't there. He was out. And so the granny thing, I don't know if she had a resume, but my parents had just hired her from this company. And it's like she didn't really have a profile. And I have to say though, after this happened to my parents, they never hired a granny ever again. My parents ended up taking one day off. So like what happened would be my mum would work and my dad would have the day off. Then the next day my dad would work and my mum would have the day off. They never ever paid someone to babysit me ever again. But anyway, back to the story before I lose track. So I was in the pram, and the granny took me to the train station. I don't remember where it was heading, but I was just a baby in a pram, and she had took me. The only way I actually got back to my parents was my dad found me at the train station with the lady. She was just about to hop on to get to the other side, I think of Sydney. I'm not too sure. I think so. And we were in the south, I think, side of Sydney, not north, and I think she was heading north. And so she wanted to take the train. What happened was my dad hopped out the car. I don't really know how it happened, but he ended up hopping out and going after the grandma and getting me back. And the lady, I think she ended up going to jail, but it was so strange because like she kind of just took me. I don't know why, but it was, my parents just never hired anyone to look after me again. From then on, because when I was little, I can't just sit at home. So my parents would do things themselves, look after me. But eventually, when I got to about, like I'm not in Sydney anymore, I live on the Gold Coast. But when my parents got to, when I got to about probably 10 years old or something, they started to leave me at home, but it grew eventually less like kind of dependent on them, and I grew independent on myself. So I never ever had a babysitter, a granny, or anything ever again. My parents just thought, no. Anyway, that was my story of me getting kidnapped as a baby, that my granny / babysitter stole me from my parents' work and took me to a train station to head up to North Sydney. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this awkward short story. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to break the like button, leave a comment if you want me to do 1 hour of Minecraft block hunt on Mineplex. And I'll obviously do probably a bit of a speed up. I've already got the footage, so comment down below if you do. Also, I'm going to say in my next mod showcase, I will be doing TNT mod. Now, after tomorrow's video, I'm meant to be doing a multiplayer. I haven't set that up yet, so I'll be doing 2 mod showcases this week, and they will be the Morph mod and the TNT mod. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, make sure you subscribe. Everything's appreciated, and I'll see you in the next video. See you guys!